Okay, just wanted to show you. Made some progress. I've done about 30 or 40 feet. Give you an idea what it looks like. It's not absolutely perfect, but it looks a heck of a lot better, doesn't it? I think. Well, as I told you, after some amount of time, in my case, this amount of time, it's time to tend to our tools. You can see all the gunk that's on this blade, and we need to clean it up. So as promised, I'm going to show you how I go about cleaning it. Alright, so this is how I clean my machete. I've got rag here, some steel wool. This is a I think this is 000. We've got a standard file, some WD-40. I'm going to start by trying to get as much of the sticky stuff that's on here. I don't know if you can tell, but you can hear my finger going against that. That's all that sap and crap. So a little WD-40 and some steel wool. Rag's just there to watch the drip. And I'm just really just getting the surface, getting the crap off, all that juice and gunk. Notice I'm wearing thick gloves. I learned one of the times I did this, I wasn't wearing gloves and I ran my finger along the blade. The only time I cut myself with this tool, surprisingly. Alright, I can feel from the steel wool that I've gotten the majority of that gunk up. Getting some of the tougher spots. I can feel it through the steel wool. Alright, wipe that side down with a rag. Flip it over. Do the same thing. WD-40 is not only a lubricant, it's also a solvent. It helps get sticky stuff off. And I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but I'm getting the surface stuff off. Just the sap and I'm definitely not filing any of the metal with the steel wool, but I am just getting the surface off. There's a nasty spot right there. This sticky stuff gets caught when you're using your blade, when you're cutting through the leaves and branches, and it makes it harder. So there. That's the first step. Let's just get the really nasty stuff off. Now what I'm using is, I got a wire brush on my drill, and what I do is I start on this end by the handle. It's medium pressure, and I'm just getting the remainder of the gunk off. And once I get near the handle done, I've got a clamp I use to hold this in place, so I can use two hands here. And hopefully you'll be able to see I'm getting some more of the crap off of the blade. I'm going to take it at a little angle where the blade is angled. Try to get that as well. That's my cutting surface. Might run out of battery on this cordless drill before I finish both sides. Alright, the other thing I'm going to do is I want to get the tapered edge, the beveled edge of the blade. So bring it over to the edge of the wood, and my drill's spinning this way, so I'm going to do it this way with it, using the front edge of the wire brush. That way, if anything, I'm sharpening the blade, not dulling it. know you can't see. And I'll show you from this side. Coming at an angle and I'm getting the tapered surface of the blade. Just cleaning it. I'm not sharpening it, I'm just cleaning it. Getting all that gunk off. Alright. Now I'm going to do the other side. Okay. Hopefully you should be able to see that this is pretty clean. We've got a lot of permanent stains in the stainless steel or whatever material this is. I'm not worried about that, but it's much smoother. There's no more gunk on it. It's nice and smooth, and that's what we want. So the last two steps is really the creating of the new edge or cleaning up the edge. And the way I use it is you use a file. This is just a standard file, and you're going to, in my case, I've got a double-sided edge here. It's not a single-sided, so I need to go from both sides to finish. So you don't grind like this. You grind at like a 45-degree angle, and if you see my blade, my God, I can't even think of it. My grinding tool here, my file, is at a pretty steep angle there. I'm not like this. I'm at a very steep angle, and I'm just going to pass it across. And because of the shape of the blade at the end, I can't get the same motion at the very tip. I'll have to tend to that separately. You can hear it. You can also feel it. You can feel the file biting on the metal, and you can feel it getting smoother and smoother on each pass, and your touch is getting lighter and lighter on each pass. Now we're going to do this side. And for me, it's easier just to switch hands. Okay, I got interrupted there. So I'm following this side. Same procedure. Just swapped hands. And I can feel the grit. Like it's grittier here than it is here. And so I'm making sure that I have a firm contact there. And then kind of our hardest part is, this is a very important cutting part of the blade. When we swing down through the bushes and everything, this part is actually cutting, the very leading edge is cutting. We want to make sure that we get a good blade, a good sharp blade on that. So I have to kind of do it separately because of the curve. Do the other side. Remember, I'm wearing thick gloves. I'm actually holding the sharp edge of the blade with my glove hand. But the gloves are pretty thick. All right, so that gives us a pretty good sharp edge, and just for good measure, my wife bought me this. It's a Smith something. It's a sharpening tool. It's got a fine side and a coarse side. I'm going to use the fine side, and I'm just going to run it through from edge to edge. Now you can also feel and hear the imperfections in the blade as you pass this through, and you can feel them improving. And again, you're lightening your pressure as you get through it. Switch sides, switch hands. Well, actually, don't need to do that. We get both sides with the one thing. Now, the last thing we're going to do is the top part. So again, thick gloves. And there's probably a bunch of Machete blade sharpener people out there that are cringing right now about how I do this, but it works for me. There's probably a better way. You can use a polishing or a grinding stone and all that other stuff. But I'm beating the heck out of this knife, and I just need it sharp enough to get my next 30, 40 feet of hedges. So anyway, that's how I do it. If this video helped you, let me know. Please like, subscribe. If you have any comments, I welcome them. Thanks for watching around my house. We'll see you next time.